but so you can feel it on your skin. We're gonna let it dry for a minute while I go over some other things. When you start selling Younique, you'll get a starter kit, and if you want to go ahead and show them the Younique starter kit, it would include samples of moisturizers, eye cream. You'll have your 3D mascaras and eyeshadows. I made additional purchases of Beachfront. This is great powder for bronzing. Okay, so my face is dried. I'm going to go with velour today. It's a little bit darker than I would normally do. So as soon as I open this, we'll see. All right, so I do have some blemishes. Kind of cursed with rough skin, even in adulthood. I would go with that first. If I was using concealer, which I don't have from Younique yet, I would go around and hit those spots. So I'm going to use the foundation to do that, so we can actually create a barrier and a layer that covers up some of those blemishes. The rose water does help with some of the aging of your skin. It tones it down. I have one particular sunspot there. And of course I get my monthly pimples. Again, not blessed with perfect skin. Okay, so I don't have a lot of foundation of this color, and it's the velour. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stick with the T-zone, and then of course that would be this area of your face. Start at the forehead and move that in, always upward, because as an artist, it's sort of like painting. You work with the grain, not against the grain. Okay, other trouble parts that I want to have a little bit more shading in, it's under my eyes. You'll see that there are signs of aging there. On my nose, of course, where I'm working on tightening up those pores in this new phase of using makeup every day. I'm going to tone down that. The rose water does act almost like a lacquer in the end, but it has amazing healing properties, and I'm excited to reap some of that rewards. I've been using it for a week now. I can already tell that it is working. Okay, so what we have next is that we do our foundation, and always a light foundation. You don't want to look like you have a cake on your face. That's one of my judgments of people wearing makeup. I'm actually using an Avon brush, but we're cheating a little bit. I'm using a rounded tip because I'm going to go around and I'm going to kind of shade in some areas. I'll start with the top here and get it right into the hairline. It's okay if your hair has a little bit going on. You can always, it just brushes right out. But we get this kind of tone. What it does is it shapes your face by adding contrast and contour. Contour, of course, lines, contrast, giving you deeper definition of your face. I think my face is very skinny. People with rounder faces can definitely use these tactics to make more definition. And now what I'm doing with the bronzing is I'm actually going right underneath the apples of my cheeks. That's right here and here. And I'm causing a shadow. I also like to make this an opportunity to have all of the same coloring on my eyelids. So what we're doing is we're almost like gessoing canvas. We're getting it all even as far as the eyes go. And now we'll get into this, but I am definitely blessed or cursed with no eyebrows, basically. we'll get to that in a minute. What we're going to do next is we'll go ahead and shoot for the eyes. And I start with eyeshadow. Eyeshadow is amazing to give yourself a plan, a map of sorts. And there we go. So you want to make sure that your eyeshadow brush is clean. This is from Younique. It comes with a starter kit. I go with the lightest color first, and again what we're doing is we are artists, so we are going to try to make the eyelids an even color. And I'm using the lightest of my colors, and that would be Smitten by Younique. And you can tell that I have a lot of different coloring, so I got to really work on it to get it to be an even color. And there's a lot of redness in there that I'm not exactly a fan of, so we'll get all of that. Now stay under your eyebrow line where the bone actually goes, and for everyone it's different. It's one of the things that shapes our eyes, and you can see that my complication is that my face is actually asymmetrical. Most people are, so the eyes are different sizes. So doing makeup has always been a challenge in general to make it look and appear symmetrical, which according to whatever beauty laws there are in this world, the more symmetrical your face is, the more successful you are. And that's a weird psychology behind that. Okay, so today, since I am in full sunlight, I don't want to scare people with the raccoon look. I'm going to go ahead and just go with a daytime look. I do like the glittery because I am a little bit flashy. So I'm going to stay close to my eyelashes. And you can actually go over your eyelashes just under a little bit, because what you're going to do is you're going to start defining. And this is aesthetic. You're going to just define where you're going to place your eyeliner and give some additional shadows to make your eyeballs look really big. So we're going to have that. Keep it close. Keep it close. You're not going to scare anyone. Okay? All right. So next, what we're going to do, younger people don't necessarily need to do this, but it does give an effect. Like if you want to go full out, all eyes kind of thing, it's good to know this little trick is close your eyes and go from the corner of your eye all around your eyeball with a darker color. I'm using Cheeky, which is kind of a purpley color. And like that. And since my face is already moisturized, if I make a mistake, I can just wipe it right off right away. And hopefully it doesn't look like I was in a fight. Well, maybe I want that look. I don't know. It depends on the mood. Do I want to look like I could kick your ass or not? I don't know. We'll see. Okay, so remember we have just the second darkest is on your eyelashes. So we're going to go ahead and use that system to add a little bit of black. And this is going to be really touchy because this eyeshadow that is black is very hard to manage. You can go really crazy with this stuff. Alright, so where I would put and will put my eyeliner, I'm going to give it just a little bit of a base, but closer to the eyelashes than I did with the browner color. I'm going to go right to the edge of my under, on the bottom of my eye, and fix that. Sometimes do the same over here. Make it a thin line close to your eyelashes. And for me, I have like these little wrinkles, so it's very hard to get it to stay on there. Actually, that's a little bit out of whack. And underneath, like that. All right. Now, I'm going to skip ahead because I actually don't have my mascara kit here. It is in my studio. So let's pretend like, well, this happens all the time for me because I'm busy. I don't know where my stuff is. So I'm going to go with the idea that I actually don't have eyeliner. I don't have mascara. Do I have my eyeliner? So I'm going to go ahead and give that false kind of impression by using just the eyeshadow. This is very strong. The color is Irate, and it comes in the Addiction shadow palette from Younique. I stretch this out. I don't recommend ever putting eyeliner on the inside of your eyelid, and it's less common now, but I've been seeing it a lot more lately. I hope that's not a trend because it is very bad for your eyeballs. Alright, and I'm going to blend this in a little bit up here, and let's see. Okay, so I don't have my pencils. What am I going to do? Okay, I'm going to clean off my eyeshadow brush, and I am going to look at myself and see that my hair today, you can see mostly the brown. So I'm going to match my eyebrows to the roots of my hair, which should be a good guide for anyone. I'm going to use, what is going to be closer for me? I'm going to go ahead and start with Determined and see. I know that's a little bit light. Let's see if we can get that to darken up your eyebrows. Now, I have crazy eyebrows, always. Let me show you what I'm doing. I'm taking, from this perspective, the corner of my eye is where my eyebrow is going to start. The highest point should be right at your pupil. It should be in line with your pupil. That is the highest part your eyebrow should be arched. And for a person like me that barely has any eyebrows, I'm not going to draw in too much. And I'm going with the top of that bone. See the bone here? I'm going with the right as it starts molding back down, and I'm just outlining that like that. That actually worked because there was a little bit of black still in there. So let's try the other side again. Corner of your eye, right? And then we're going to have the highest point where if you stare straight ahead, it's in line with your pupil. And everyone's eyebrows are different, of course, but if you stick with the plan that I just laid out for you, you will have success in not making McDonald's eyebrows and crazy eyebrows that you would find on Reddit. You will not have that problem because you want to make it look natural. Or, like me, I do like to make it a little bit pointy on the side because I always think of Star Trek and Vulcans and their pointy eyebrows, and I like that. So, if I look like I'm part Vulcan, it's true. Alright, so we have that done, and I'm satisfied with that. And that's the other thing, is that you need to be happy with what you're wearing as far as makeup goes. Now, I just used a generic type of, just a regular chapstick. So I have, on my lips, are pretty moist, and the inside some crud. And it's important to keep it clean because this lip stain is my new favorite lip stuff ever by Younique. Again, stiff upper lip. Oh my god, this is great. So 8 hours, expect 8 hours of the same intensity of lip gloss, lipstick, lip stain. Okay, lips. I start at the bottom, but what you need to do is, for my lips at least, they are not as defined as they should be, so they actually start a little bit lower. And I used to draw it up higher where it was dark, and I realized that I wasn't getting the full effect. Now, I can't talk while I'm doing this, by the way. We're gonna look like Ronald McDonald. Okay, I'm moving them together. When you do that, you're actually given an opportunity to blend it to where your lips actually move. So, and keeping with the theme of keeping natural, that's what I'd suggest doing. Okay, now use your artistic ways to point these tops, and those should be right at the beginning of your nostril.